All right, we should be live. Welcome everybody. Hey guys, all you guys in the chat room. Good to see you guys. We got a packed house today, as you can see. We got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. We got a full boat. Not on a
Oh yeah.
boat, but a full boat. Almost. What's up, Ian? I see Ian in the corner. Yeah, Ian, I had Ian on the show because a couple weeks ago he was on another podcast and he was calling me out because I never asked him to come on this podcast. So we're bringing Ian on the show tonight, not as a caller, but as a panelist, so to speak. So, all right, guys, we're gonna start the show in 1 second here. Let me just get my show notes ready, and we should be good to go. Tonight's show, guys, is on the Lincoln Highway. All these people put out caches along the Lincoln Highway, including Kyle there, who Jeff Valaki, who allowed everybody to put them out. But Kyle's the one who really helped start it all. So we're going to be talking to him tonight, along with everyone else. We've got people from Wyoming, Pennsylvania. We've got Ohio. We've got California. We've got Illinois. So it should be a good show tonight. So it's going to be interesting. If you have any questions, give us a call, 808-468-7924, 808-GOT-SWAG. If you have any questions for these people, call in. They'll be happy to answer them for you. But let's get the show started. So, all right, I'm going to hit record. All right, we are officially recording. Hopefully, with no snafus this week. Everything should work okay, though. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It's 8:30, which means that it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We have shortened its mending the phones, and please welcome to my virtual left, my co-host, Jazz427.
Howdy, y'all. Are you ready for a ride along the Lincoln Highway?
That's right, Chad. Tonight's episode is 649, recorded live on January 13th, 2021. It is the Lincoln Highway discussion. Phone lines are open. Give us a call, 808-468-7924. That's 808-GOT-SWAG. And for your international callers, give us a call free via the web at callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. But Chad, before we get started, hey guys, if everybody can mute their mics, that'd be great. Before we get started tonight, Chad, we got to talk about Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, Patreon tonight. I'm going to say this over and over and over again. Patreon. We have coins on their way, and we had Chad one more patron, upped the tier, up to the coin tier. So guys, if you're the kind of person who likes the short sale coins, who likes the coins that don't have high numbers, this is the coin to get. It's a patron coin, patron only Geocaching Podcast coin. We're gonna have regular ones for sale. Regular ones are gonna be for sale. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but we're only making a limited number of patron coins, and the patrons are jumping on them, so they are ticking away on how many are gonna be left come once they get here. So you want to jump on that bandwagon? What's that, Chad? Go ahead.
So yeah, we got to be running out on those.
Yeah, we're getting close, kid. Yeah. So you want to jump on that, you can go to patreon.com. But first, if you want to make a one-time payment to us, whether it be $5, $50, we don't care. Go straight to the bills. We'd appreciate it. It costs a lot of money to make this show run, guys. A ton of money. We got a call and talk show. We've got bills. We've got all this stuff. Two ways to do it. You can go to PayPal. It's paypal.me/the Geocaching Podcast, or you can come patron our show. Patrons get extra audio, extra video, only available to our patron members. They get path tags, they get stickers, they get geo coins, they get anything in our store. In our store, Urban Tree Canopy, everything is dirt cheap. You can't go wrong with it. You get a code which should become a patron for everything dirt cheap in the store, so you can do that as well. So you want to become a patron, join the club, join the inner circle. It's a lot of fun on the air side, I promise. Videos popping up all the time. Patreon.com, that's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachely. Cachely is an advanced geocaching app for iOS that features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachely has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cachely.com. That's CACHLY.com.
Tonight, we're also sponsored by Logwork. Logbook are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Right in the Rain paper. The logbook designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who would rather go cash than do cash maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's logwerk.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com.
And by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Be Gone soap, itch spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Suds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL geocaching.com.
And by Arted Crafted. Arted Crafted creates unique geocaching themed tees and custom designs for you or your geocaching group. With adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL, if you have an idea for a shirt design and cannot find it, you've come to the right place. Please give us the opportunity to show you how we can enhance your caching experience with your own custom design. Visit them at artedcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And finally, by pattags.com. For all your swag and pattag needs, visit our website to get creative help, to trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized pattags. With over 41,000 tags to collect, pattags.com is everything you need to start your pattag obsession. Visit them at pattags.com. That's PATHTAGS.com. And that's not tags, folks.
And always, Chad, you can find links to our sponsors on our website or
in our show notes.
In our show notes. All right, Chad, we got no news. We got no email. I'm bypassing all that because we have a crowded house tonight. We have a loaded house.
Do.
So, what's that, Chad?
I said, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Again, guys, you got a question for these people, give us a call, 808-468-7924, 808-GOT-WAG. They will happily answer your questions. I'm going to introduce everybody here. We have people here from all over the United States. All these people had a hand in creating the Lincoln Highway. So I'm just going to introduce them. When I introduce you, just say hello, say your name, say where you're from, okay? We've got Kyle, or KC11. Is that right? Is this KC11? Is that, or is it KY11? Is it KC or KY? KC, right? Oh, you're on mute.
It's muted.
There you go.
I think I'm having issues here. It keeps freezing on me. Yeah, it's KC11.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm in Illinois, suburbs of Chicago.
Suburbs of Chicago. Oh, man of my own heart. Yeah, but you're further south, right? Aren't you?
Yeah, I'm out in Aurora.
Aurora. Oh, southwest side. All right. Okay, we've got Ian on here on a boat. Hello, Ian.
What's up, man?
How you doing? We all know Ian. Ian's a friend of the
You know
show.
who I am.
He loves to call in and give us a hard time. So we'll
Absolutely.
Show no Ian.
People forget what I look like sometimes, though. So thanks for having me.
We've got Clyde. Clyde, you up there? Hello, Clyde.
Hi guys, how you doing?
What's your caching name? Where are you from?
Canis Miner, and I'm from Plainfield, Illinois.
Plainfield.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Jeff Caulfield. Jeff. Yep, you're on me, Jeff. There you go.
I'm known as Gear Guru. I'm a lackey, obviously in the Seattle area, and happy to be here and happy to help promote adventures in the Lincoln Highway.
We have a lackey on tonight, guys. How about that? That's always nice. You got somebody from HQ on. Yeah, I'll give you a little applause. There you go. Give Jeff a little applause. Rich Wendling. Am I saying that last name correct? Rich, hello? Did he freeze? I think he froze. All right, we'll move this way. Linda Williams. We got Linda.
Yeah.
Linda. Wait. There's Rich. Hello. You okay? No, I think he's free.
Hi.
Hey.
Rich
Wendling,
Webbling. Currently in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Fairly close to Gettysburg. So.
Well, thank you. All right, great. Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming.
Yes, that's Rich.
Okay. Linda.
Hello, I'm from Folsom, California, just south of Sacramento. Linda, number 1.
geocacher name is Linda number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I was my mother's number 1 daughter because I'm the only geocacher.
And finally, David. Where is David? David.
It's YO Chiver is my username, and I'm in Laramie, Wyoming, southeast Wyoming.
Southeast Wyoming. Okay, so these are the people on the show tonight. They've all. I'm assuming you've hidden in your respective states, if I'm understanding. I'm going on. I'm going to go into the assumption, unless you tell me otherwise. You've hidden in your respective states. So I'm going to go back to Kyle, which is KC11. Kyle, I know you're having some internet issues, so we're going to do the best we can here. Talk to me about what this is, how it started, and what it's all about.
All right, so this is the Lincoln Highway Adventure Lab series, and all of the labs that we created in this series are based around the actual Lincoln Highway route. The route spans from New York City all the way out to San Francisco, California. And the original route was created back in 1913 by a guy named Carl Fisher. It covered over 3,000 miles. So the labs that we created, they cover that entire span. At last count that I had, we have 86 labs that are live today, and there's approximately 15 more that are still being worked on. So there's going to be just over 100 labs in total for geocachers to play when they're out traveling. And I feel like we did a pretty good job giving the community a good experience, something that they can do. And if they want to take a road trip, there's 3,000 miles that they can go.
And I'm going to Jeff. I'm going up to you since you're the lackey. Did you have a hand in this, or was this brought to you?
I actually kind of sought Kyle out. I saw a posting on Facebook, and since I work in the travel and tourism end of the organization, my job is to find ways to promote travel and tourism using both adventure labs and geocaching. So I reached out to Kyle and said, hey, I'm happy to work with you. I think this is a great idea. Would you be willing to reach out to some of the local chambers of commerce and see what they'd be interested in doing with this? And next thing I know, we're, like Kyle said, up over 100 adventures spanning the country with probably close to 25 or 30 different accounts hiding them.
And so, Jeff, I'm curious, how do you get to 10?
How do you get to 10? Well, you got to know a lackey and have special powers.
Yeah, that's special power. It's funny because Kyle came to me. He's like, "Hey, man, can you hide 2 of them in Indiana for me?" I'm like, dude, I don't even live close to Indiana. I go, but here are the 2 people that do. And so I gave him the names, and he gave them to you, and you gave them 10. I'm like, oh, they got 10? I didn't know they were going to get 10.
Well, so one of the ways we keep track of things internally is all the free ones that people get via the lotteries are 5 locations. Mm-hmm. And a way to help us differentiate how somebody got a credit is a travel and tourism team. We give out 10 locations, figuring 10's a little better number to get out there and explore an area and promote the location. So as a way to separate them out, we give each person 10 locations.
So you got a hold of Kyle. Did you know Kyle? Did you have a relationship with Kyle? Or?
I did not. I had never met Kyle. I just kind of reached out to him through Facebook, and we started communicating. And I wasn't sure how big it was going to be, but it eventually just started taking off. And he said, "Okay, I got more folks that want this." And people were reaching out saying, "Hey, can I do one?" And next thing I know, we're just issuing credits for 10 locations, and now we've got, like Kyle said, almost 101 of them out there.
So Kyle is the first one to open his mouth. So he's the one who got stuck running this whole thing.
he volunteered in essence.
Okay. Wait, we got something. What is this? Okay, who's putting this up here? I don't know who's putting this up.
That's me.
Chad? Oh, Jesse. Okay. So what we're looking at right now, we're looking at the United States, and I'm assuming that's the Lincoln Highway. All the adventure labs across the Lincoln Highway. Jess?
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot. And how many? Once they're done, how many will there be? 100? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 101. Yeah, 101 or 102. Be just over 100.
And so adventures, and so at 10 labs each, right? That's over 1,000 finds.
It'll be close to 1,000.
They're not all 10.
Yeah, some of them are 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, majority of them are 10.
Remember, we did an 8, or we did one that was 8.
We did one that was 8 here in Illinois. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, nice. Okay, that's a nice. I've never seen it like that before. That's kind of wild to see. So then, look like we lost Kyle. So I'm gonna go to Canis. I think you were up next. Did he contact you first?
Yeah, Kyle reached out to me, and I had been up to my eyeballs bouncing ideas off of him for a lab anyway. And next thing I know, he's like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of a group we're gonna do the Lincoln Highway from Indiana to Iowa?" Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. You know, I might want to be a part of that. And next thing you know, he's like, "Hey, we're getting all the way across the United States, so you better hurry up and get this thing done by August 31st, the first time we had to have them out by." And lo and behold, we got the nice little Facebook group together for the Illinois and Indiana versions, and then a little bit of Iowa as well. And we all published ours in the end of August. And next thing you know, this thing is just going bonkers. You know, now here we are coast to coast, just because one guy had an idea of, hey, let's see if we could do it, and it happened.
Yeah, Jeff, did you ever expect this?
No, I didn't expect it to be as big as it is. I figured it would just cover, Illinois, Indiana, maybe Iowa at the time. And as Kyle kept growing with people through his Facebook mining, he eventually reached out to me with some areas he was having trouble with. And I started reaching out to caching friends that I have throughout the country saying, hey, reached out to Linda and said, hey, you're in the area we need some. Would you be willing to help out? And she volunteered and she helped find other people. And I reached out to some other folks in different parts of the country that I've met through geocaching and started to get more helpers. So it's kind of a combined effort.
Okay, so let's bring Linda into the show. So Linda, so you're contacted by Jeff to put these out. I'm sure you are more than happy to do it. Given you're on mute. I can't hear you, honey. You're on mute.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was actually out hiking with friends and caching when Jeff called. So happily we were in cell phone service. He gave me some information and I contacted Kyle and we have been talking ever since. There were some trouble areas and we got those all taken care of, and actually 18 caches are live in California and there's 5 still being worked on. So we should have 23, and I think California might be a little bit unique because we cover 2 different routes leaving Nevada, going over the Sierra. So we have one, the scenic route, which is beautiful Lake Tahoe, and the other, which is over Donner Pass Summit. And then we come back together in Sacramento, and then we branch back out into 2 different areas. One was the original area, which was the Central Valley area going to San Francisco. And then once they got the ferry going across, they shortened the route via the ferry, which ends at the far end of San Francisco at Lincoln Park. So that's where we are. We have, in my mind, for where I live in Folsom. So we have Clarksville, which is an old gold mining town. Mm-hmm. And 1 home still remains there. The rest are ruins. Most of it's on private property. One of my friends and I, for the labs that I'm in the midst of working on, there's not a lot to see. There's not a lot of signs, unfortunately, in California and in our area. Mm-hmm. So the gates happen to be open in private property. And I thought, well, my little 4Runner can get right through that narrow road. So we traveled it. So I am going to go back and do some video. I've talked to Kyle and some other people about doing video so that I can put stops at the beginning and entrance so people can see those roads, but not necessarily see what's behind them.
Yeah. Clarksville, I live right next to Clarksville, and they open up once a year, although this year they didn't open up, but they open up once a year and have people come in and visit Clarksville, but as the old gold mining town, as she was saying.
Like the last train to Clarksville? Is that Clarksville?
No.
I don't think so. They shuttle, because it's a 1-lane bridge to get to that little section of town. They shuttle across. They, redo the day of the wagon and shuttle people across the bridge that way. Chad, I did read today that 5,000 people attended the last Clarksville Day, and their purpose, which was 2019, their purpose is to raise funds to buy that property back and restore the brick buildings that still remain. So I think that's pretty exciting. And I do have to say, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Kyle. This has been amazing. I have spent more time than you can imagine learning about the California part of the highway and I'm very close to becoming part of the association because we need way more signage in California. We have wonderful roads that are still there, but there's nothing that marks it. So
See,
unless you look at the map, you
Illinois
don't
is
see
the
it.
opposite. Illinois is the opposite. Illinois is loaded with signs. It's everywhere. I mean, even every gazebo has got like all different parts. Canis, I don't know if it was you or if it was KC who actually put the ones that me and Jesse did out on Christmas. But like all the all the small towns that we went to, and they all had gazebos off the Lincoln Highway, and they all give you the history of the whole Lincoln Highway.
We are in the land of Lincoln too, though.
We are.
Right.
Granted, we are in the land of Lincoln. Yes, that certainly.
I
helps.
read 6 years of past history with the Lincoln Highway notes and their association to gather some information and send it out to people to say, hey, there's this. You wouldn't know about it because we have a lot of areas that are marked, but we have most of the areas not marked. So I think the highway is a wonderful thing to do. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Kyle.
Well, and to me, one of the great things about geocaching is the great places it takes you to and the history that you learn from it in such a subtle way by going to those places and doing a virtual cache or doing an adventure lab somewhere. It really opens your eyes up to what's out there. And I think this is going to do a lot to bring a lot of notoriety back to the Lincoln Highway. And, hopefully the Lincoln Highway Association will appreciate that and help support us going forward.
One of the friends that I contacted in the Lake Tahoe area that took it from Lake Tahoe to Nevada is very excited about it, had no idea there was so much history. And he and a non-geocacher have planned vacation, if COVID allows, next summer to do the whole highway, just adventure labs, which I think is exciting.
I think a lot of people are going to be doing that. You're going to start seeing that a lot. You guys should
that's
either
great.
have on both ends of it, you should have like a finish line, a bonus, some kind of bonus for the whole thing. Five bonus. Okay, I want to bring on a boat, Ian. Shockingly, Ian's a part of this. I know it's surprising to everybody who listens to the show, but Ian, explain to me how you became. If I have to ask, explain to me how you became a part of this.
Kind of the same way as everybody else. Kyle is, I don't know, he's really good at getting into all the, he found everybody, right? Like he found a way to get into all the different groups he needed to get into to make this incredibly well known. And he happened to post in a group that I'm a part of, and I saw it. This was last year at some point when it was just getting started, and I thought, oh man, that's kind of cool, but I got other plans for my adventures, so sorry, dude. And then I just happened to see it again, and he was looking for somebody to actually specifically do the West Virginia portion of the Lincoln Highway series. And I actually don't live very far from West Virginia. It's about an hour from me. And I was like, you know what? Actually, that sounds kind of cool because I don't really have any caches in West Virginia, and I think that's a cool spot that I could do something. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then I enjoyed talking to Kyle so much, and I enjoyed the idea so much that I said, hey, you know what? I'm really involved in our state geocaching association here. Let me reach out to a few of our members that live in the specific areas of Ohio that we're looking for people in, and found a few friends of mine. And then all of a sudden, within a matter of, I don't know, Kyle, was it like 3 weeks? All of a sudden we had like all of Ohio just covered, like from like Pittsburgh to the west side or western boundary of Ohio. So, yeah, that was it. I think you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle or Jeff or whoever, but I think I'm the only person that has a series that covers 3 states. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you are.
So I am cool. That's all I got.
But now you're super cool.
I am super cool. Yes.
I also wanted to say that Kyle probably became a very popular person because he was able to get cachers a second and sometimes a third credit with 10 locations, which in a lot of cases was unheard of at the time. So there were folks like, oh, I've already got my 1 credit. I had the power to with this project to give somebody a second credit, especially with 10 locations. So he probably became very popular in those markets.
Yeah, look at you building your power.
It's all about who you know, right, Jeff?
10 and you get 10 and you get 10.
Apparently, I didn't go to the Oprah set that day.
And so let's talk to Wyochive. Wyochive, Wyoming. How does he find
Wyoming.
somebody in Wyoming? How do you come into this picture?
Well, Kyle contacted a geocaching friend of mine from the center of the state who's about 3.5 hours north of the Lincoln Highway. That was Smile Makers up in Thermopolis. And we had just got done at an event a couple hours north of here. And I'd seen him just the week before and was talking about my Adventure Lab local in Laramie, a little history of the city. And he brought Kyle's idea to me, and I made the first cache, the lab from Cheyenne to Laramie and over the summit. That gets up to around 9,000 feet, highest point on the original route, the 1920 variant, and now Interstate 80, following the Highway 30 route. Interesting point up there is the bust of Abraham Lincoln. Placed up there, original bronze bust made in 1959 by a University of Wyoming professor, art professor. So it's sitting at a little below 9,000 feet, right next to Interstate 80. Definitely a high point of the trip there for that first section. Then I recruited my fiance. She had a 5-stop lab that she hadn't used yet. So we asked through Kyle to have Jeff increase that to a 10.
Give her an upgrade. That's the way to get the.
Yeah, we got an upgrade. So I built the second section from Laramie on north to Medicine Bow and west. Medicine Bow is known for the Virginian Hotel, but a 4-story hotel in the middle of nowhere on the plains. That was named after the Owen Wister character in his book. Owen Wister is a writer from Wyoming and has spent a lot of time up there as well. The next section, and these sections are, let's see, the Cheyenne to Laramie is 45 miles. Laramie that goes up through Medicine Bow and over to Fort Steele is nearly 100 miles. Then I used Smile Makers Adventure Lab. We got that. He had a 5 up in Thermopolis, so we got a 10 stop from Jeff, and he donated that. So that goes from Rawlins across the Red Desert to western Wyoming. That's 200 miles from here. And then Jeff granted me my third actual Adventure Lab. And I did the last 100 miles to Utah from Green River. So I was busy.
Being in Wyoming, and as densely or sparsely populated it is, how far apart are your Adventure Labs?
Well, they all connect end to end.
I'm sorry.
They all connect end to end. They cover 250 miles out of the 4 of them.
Wow.
And there's a lot of old section of highway here. I found the Lincoln Highway posts that were put out later. We have a couple of unique spots along the way. On the western end of things, we have the black and orange at Fort Bridger. That's right next to the old Fort Bridger historical site. That's one of the first motel camps. So you get a room and a little garage right next to it, adjacent to it, for $1 a night. Not a bad deal. So enterprising motel owner there decided that would be a great way to drum up some business on the cheap side.
Take advantage of all this.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So some great stops, some great stories. I love doing the research. I ended up spending a lot of time on a website called the Wyoming Tales and Trails. A lot of information and some great photos of old locations in Wyoming. Jeff Dobson puts that together out of Casper, and he's been working on that for years. So he sent me some original pictures and nice scans, and we've included those and given him credit on those labs.
Jeff, real quick. So Jeff, there was something in the chat room. How about a souvenir for the Lincoln Highway?
Well, that's a tough one to answer. There's a lot of other things we're working on that'll take higher priority than souvenir. But I'll make a note of it and see what we can do.
And then Kyle, maybe maybe shoot Webbling an email and give him our phone number, 808-468-7924. Tell him to call in. You can call in.
Okay.
Give your stuff over the phone. That's fine too. That's fine. In the meantime, so let's talk. There was a question in the chat room. I'll give it to Canis Minor since Kyle's doing this. Do the murals and the gazebos go all the way from the east to the west, or is that only an Illinois thing? Because we did that. Jesse and I on Christmas Day did the whole. I think Jesse, did we do all of Illinois?
No, we did not do all of Illinois. We did.
Oh, there's 2.
8. We went from not quite Indiana to like where Highway 39 is. So
that's
the Rochelle-ish area.
Rochelle.
Yeah, I think we ended in Rochelle or just past Rochelle.
How many have we missed, Canis? You know?
So there's, I think, 3 more after that. And those are getting to be pretty spaced out. I got to go back for a second, though. God bless you guys from Wyoming, because I'm telling you, I'm sitting here doing my lab, and my lab takes 7 miles to go from one end to the other.
I was cursing your name when you were doing that.
Well, all right. So I'm in the Lincoln Highway prime location in Plainfield. I also am the only person or the only lab stop in the country where Route 30 also shares the road for a little bit and crosses Route 66. So 2 of the longest transcontinental highways in the United States actually touch each other for 3 blocks right in my hometown. So I get pretty lucky, but I had, and with my 10 stops, I still have room to probably do almost another 10 stops. But they're like right on top of one another. And that's the only thing I didn't want to do was have these overlap other existing labs.
Sure.
Because then it gets kind of tricky in that. So you guys in West Virginia, 3 states, God bless you. Wyoming, God bless you. I did 7 miles.
Right. And that was long for us. We're like 7 miles. Come on. I want them like back to back. That's what I want.
Right.
So again, murals. Illinois is mostly murals and gazebos, and we've touched on this podcast before. Poking fun at you guys because it's all murals and gazebos.
Right.
Is the whole thing mural gazebos, or is it only Illinois murals and gazebos?
No, there's a lot of, and actually the murals you found in Illinois, those are actually relatively new. I want to say those were painted in like 2010.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, there was a coalition. If you look at them, they look like they were painted in like the 40s.
I agree with you completely. I thought they were there forever.
And that's actually, well, I shouldn't have said that. So spoiler alert on one of my labs. Everybody gets a layup every now and then, but yeah, they're relatively new.
So Wyoming and West Virginia, those aren't they're not murals and gazebos. That's what you're trying to tell me.
No murals and gazebos in Wyoming. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a gazebo in Wyoming.
We have a teapot in West Virginia, if that counts for anything.
Sure, that counts.
It's the world's largest teapot, apparently. Really? That's a thing. But hey, on the topic of murals, though, in Ohio, one of the other folks that did one down in Central Ohio had a lot of murals that were put up by the town, and I think just like yours, they look like there was something that was done in the 20s, the 30s, whatever. But they're relatively new. They're immaculate and incredibly pristine murals, and it's just cool because I think like it kind of goes back to the history of the highway. I think that these individual cities just took it upon themselves to, enjoy the history that goes through their town. So I think it's pretty cool. But
yeah, no, I agree. I agree completely. So let's talk about Canis and Kyle. Let's talk about Illinois. We got some Illinois here. So let's talk about the Illinois section. Joliet to Plainfield. What do we got?
From Joliet to Plainfield, we've got, we're going from Joliet, for those who don't know, is Illinois' 4th largest city, famous for Jake and Elwood blues.
Sure.
Yeah. From there, if you head west from there, there's a statue of Lincoln, and that is depicting his a house divided speech right in downtown Joliet. As you move up through there, I've got these murals depicting anything from these roadside camping sites. I mean, that was the big thing. I mean, we have this highway now that goes from one end to the other, and now people are starting to have cars, and we can travel. They need a place to stay, so there was a lot of these roadside campsites that had popped up. We also have another mural in town that celebrates two very famous women of that era, the first women to actually drive across the Lincoln Highway solo.
Yeah.
Again, you're talking like the 1920s and 30s. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
So there's a nice, beautiful mural dedicated to the two of these women. Again, I cross Route 66 and Route 30 right here in downtown Plainfield. We have a standard 1918 Standard Oil gas station that's still there, although it's a travel agency and now an antique store, but it's still there. It's a national landmark now.
Yes, we saw that. You see that, Jess? That sounds very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's one of the famous Illinois from the Lincoln Highway Gazebo Coalition just past that, and that was my 7 miles of my trip. I didn't have very much further to go because we had already. I mean, we had. It seemed like overnight. Kyle had us from Indiana to just east of me in like Lockport. And then there was a group that had already started. Kyle, actually, he's the next one west of me in Aurora. I didn't have much room to fill, but what I had to fill is rich with history. And you would never know it. The bad thing about these things, and the twist to that is the good thing about geocaching is I've driven past these murals for like 13 years and never even knew they were there. They were just sitting up. One of them's on the side of like, I don't know, I think it's a pawn shop or something, for crying out loud. And it's half hidden behind a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And you would never even know that these things are there. Kyle pointed out this website that I'm sure he could share, or we could share later on through the show links, but that listed all of these murals along the way. And lo and behold, I got there. I'm like, I drive past this all the time and never knew it was even there. So it made it fun to bring everybody there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like most of these other cachers who have hidden these adventure labs, I too hid a bonus cache to go with it. I made my bonus a little different than most others. I don't come out and just give you the coordinates. I don't come out and say A equals 2 and B equals 7. I actually did a little different, kind of going with some adventure labs that I had done in the Omaha area, where that group of cachers, their thing was to pick up on keywords. And the certitude for the bonus was a series of keywords separated by either a comma or a period. So it wasn't like you had to sit and do a lot of math. You just look for a piece and keep good notes. And it was kind of a different thing. Nobody around here had done one like that, where you had to actually figure out keywords instead of sitting there doing a little puzzle and trying to do some chicken scratch in the field to project or whatever to get to a final. So it was always fun to have a bonus cache attached to it. I think that's what drew a lot of these people into it, that, I can hide these 10 adventure labs, but then I could tie a bonus into it. And that's become, I don't know about everybody else, but that's become very popular here in the Illinois area.
Yeah.
It's become popular.
I have 3. Only one of them has a bonus.
It's become popular out in California as well. Unfortunately, I was one of the first people to put out an adventure lab series in California, so I didn't quite hit the bandwagon there. Mine was too early.
Hey, we've got Maria Coolin in the chat room who hid in New York. Do you know who that is, Kyle? Maria Coolin, who your New York hider is?
Yeah, that's T-Man 109er. She created the Lincoln Highway Lab in New York City, which is also the eastern terminus, they call it. That's where the route starts or ends, depending on which way you're going.
Maria, you want to give us a call and join in this conversation? You can give us a call and tell us what it's like in your half of New York. Just call 808-468-7924. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You want to give us a call? We can talk about New York if you'd like.
Hey, Scott. So the bonus caches really became a way for Adventure Lab owners to let cachers know that the Adventure Lab was there. because there wasn't really a good search tool, wasn't any way for you to know where it was. So people started creating these bonus caches that show up on geocaching.com, show up in the mobile app, and allow you to know that there's an adventure lab in that area. So that's kind of what it's happened to.
And it seems like that's really helping the situation. I know Jesse's cache gets hit a ton more, Jesse's eventually, because there's a bonus. And we also know that when somebody hits it, like my two that I have a John Hughes series and I have one around Wrigley Field. I literally have to go check to see if anyone's found it. I don't know if anyone's found it because I don't get an alert.
Right.
So,
Right. Yep.
Where she gets alerts when people hit it, when people hit her bonus cache. So that's at the end, and they know that she knows they did it.
Right.
So so it's a bonus cache is kind of nice, as a part of that. I agree completely. Linda, let's talk Linda real quick. Linda, I'm going to bring you back into this conversation.
Okay.
So talk to me about how what is it? What is the Lincoln Highway in California? Is it you only in California, correct?
Right.
Okay, so what is the Lincoln Highway? Are you the end of it? I'm assuming you're the end.
No, I'm not the end. San Francisco is the end.
And okay, who did San Francisco? Do you know?
Kyle, you would know. That's not someone that I.
San Francisco.
Yeah, that was a cashier by the name of Stad Salve. He's still working on his lab. I guess they're having some COVID issues down there right now in that area, so he's not able to get out there. But there's a March deadline for Adventure Lab, so his will be out before that deadline's up.
I understand that his are going to all be. Am I correct, Kyle? In the park at the terminus there, where it ends.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, nice.
A walking tour, and we have another one. Pod 227 is doing San Francisco, but because of the COVID deadlines closures, he's not able to get his done.
And we got a number of listeners on the show, like the GBs has at least one of the series out. I think Linda, you have two.
Yes.
And Carlotta P and the Joyful Nomads, I think, have a couple. So a bunch of people from the show are actually have a series. So thanks to Gary for letting me know that there was a GSAC macro that can pull them all in. I was looking at them today, so and seeing the owners, but yeah, definitely got. And some of them are really packed together, and some of them are stretched out pretty far, especially when you're getting up into the mountainous areas. Stretched out pretty far, but they go both ways. They take it around I-80 up and around, and US 50 at Lincoln Highway down below, and then it splits again. So those come in together at Sacramento, then it splits again and comes around, going down to San Francisco. So we got a lot of road area to hit.
Well, my
I
question.
think California covered it really well at the end when I got the call from Jeff. It was near the end of the original or the second deadline, and called people and kind of shortened it up. They had labs, so we were able to shorten it up and get them done quickly and get it covered. There's just 5 of us left to finish.
And my question, Linda, was I think Chad answered it. Is it spread out? Is it also spread out? Like Wyoming. Is it spread out like Wyoming?
I think that we did, by the time we got involved in this, correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle and Jeff, but I think we did a better job shortening it up some because of our traffic. Lake Tahoe got cut into 2 because, yes, you could drive it in a short time on a good day with nobody there, but typically with the crowds and the weather, it's not going to happen.
All right.
So we were able to get some of those, closer together. And then there's some that are spread out.
The ones that are stretched out aren't like extremely stretched out, and then those are on areas that tend to be more rural areas.
So like Clarksville will just have the Clarksville area. There will be 8 to 10 labs just within that area because there's enough in that short area. But then as you go up the mountain and you're going over the passes, there's not the stops that you need to stop at.
Right, but I mean, there's like all the way from Pollock Pines up to a stretched one that stretches that I think you own stretches out, goes all the way up to Lake Tahoe.
The summit.
Yep.
And so, Jeff, if I'm hearing correctly, it's March is the final timeline for the Adventure Labs to get them all set and done. I thought it was January. That's why I'm
Well, it was January. It's gotten pushed out to March with COVID happening and all the different issues with states putting new restrictions out. I think they moved it out to it might be the end of March, but I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it seems like Wyoming seems to be the only state that's really stretched in terms of is what you're going to do. A lot of driving in Wyoming is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling us, Dave? You can do a lot of driving in Wyoming?
You could try it on your bike, but I wouldn't advise it. It's a lot of flat areas with no water. Yeah, you could come out and walk ours. If you can do Canis Majors, you can do Wyoming walking. Just bring a backpack.
Well, since we lost Webling, let's bring in. We've got Maria on the phone. It's a T-Man 109er. Maria, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Hey, can everybody hear? Can everybody hear Maria?
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, Maria, why don't you talk to us? So you're a hider in New York, correct?
Yes, I did the easternmost terminus of the Lincoln Highway that runs from Times Square down to the river. And originally, you took a ferry across to New Jersey, but that's no longer operational. So then the Lincoln Highway changed and went through the tunnels instead.
Wow, really?
So Kyle found me through Geocaches of Long Island, the group that I belong to.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little hesitant, but I said, you know what, this looks like fun. And I didn't know. And when I started researching, I really enjoyed it. So I said, I'm going to do this.
That's great. Yeah. If I had some weird guy emailing me out of the blue and I was a woman, yeah, I'd probably be hesitant too. But, hey, you want 10 Adventure Labs? And so it's been a pleasant.
Mine is actually
Go ahead.
Mine's
please.
actually probably the shortest one. It's only a mile long.
That's fantastic. Is it 10?
It's 10. I crammed a lot in there for that mile.
Yours would be my favorite mine. Yours would be my favorite lab. It would be my favorite.
Yeah, thank you for making it seem like I did work.
It's fantastic. 10 in a mile is fantastic, Maria. That's amazing. Wow. I love it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Jess, we did one that was 5 within what, 4 blocks or something like that? It wasn't a Lincoln.
Yeah, but that wasn't part of the Lincoln Highway. That was just another one we happened to come across along the way.
A mile, 10 caches in a mile. That's fantastic. I love it. Okay. Anything else you'd like to share with us about the Lincoln Highway? Your experience? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed every minute. I really wanted to thank Kyle for getting me involved in this, and I can't wait to go and do the whole thing. A friend and I want to take a road trip this summer if we can.
Oh God willing, we all can. I thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it very, very much. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So, quick question for Jeff: has anybody completed the whole thing that you're aware of, or to Kyle for that matter? Has anyone done the whole thing?
As far as I know, nobody's done the whole thing, but right now there is not an easy way to figure that out. So, best of my knowledge, as spread out as they are, and the fact that they're still being published, my guess is nobody's done the whole thing yet.
Really? And Kyle's on. Kyle got booted. Here he comes. He's coming back. Kyle did get booted. Get the GB say that's a New York mile. It could take hours to do. Kyle, can you? Oh, is he back? Hold on, let me get him in. He keeps clicking out. Okay, Kyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're having fantastic internet issues tonight, by the way.
Yeah, this is I don't know what's going on here. I'm sorry.
So I asked Jeff. I'm gonna pose the same question to you since you're the man in the know. Do you happen to know? Has anyone done the whole thing?
No, I don't believe so. The Illinois series that we did, we started out with 9 in Illinois and 2 in Indiana. There's been quite a few people that have done those 11 of the original, but as far as the entire thing, no, I don't think so.
Really?
The Western Wyoming lab has not been found yet.
Oh, one hasn't been found yet?
One has not been found yet. It's been out there for a little over a month.
Really?
So that's a definitive no.
Road trip.
Road trip. Come to Green River or Evanston,
Just
either
look at our
way.
last one. When could we go to Wyoming? See
Yeah.
my wife. I know what she's thinking. When can we go to Wyoming? Wow. All right, we get Webbling back. Webbling, how's your internet? You doing okay? Can we hear you? Let's see. You're on mute, by the way.
Can you hear me?
Just vaguely, a little bit.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. So tell us.
Okay. What do you want to know? All right.
How did you get involved with it?
Did it. Well, I originally saw a post on Facebook, like a lot of other people, and thought it would be an interesting project. I had an Adventure Lab series I was thinking about putting in the Gettysburg National Park, but there's issues with national parks. And then I saw the Lincoln Highway series. I thought that'd be a good place to go with it.
Mm-hmm. And so, did you hide just one? How many have you hidden?
I have done 2 Lincoln Highway Adventure Labs, and then we've also done 2 with my wife's account. So we actually got 4 total that I've worked on.
Oh, wow. Wow. Look at you with 4. Anybody have more than 4? Raise your hand. Anybody have more than 4? I think Ian has only got 3. How many you got, Dave? You got 4? You got 5? I can't see your hand.
I have 4.
You have 4. Ian, how many you got? 4. You got 4 too? Oh, wow. Look at that. All right. I guess you don't win. All right. So you have 2. Your wife has 2. And so how's your experience been with it? Have you enjoyed it?
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of interesting history, especially going through the Gettysburg area. I mean, you think Gettysburg, you think Lincoln. So yeah, that's a lot of interesting history along the Lincoln Highway there.
Sure. Yeah, you got the sweet spot. You got Gettysburg. It's almost as sweet as like getting like Illinois. Yeah, that's the next best thing. You know, I think. Yeah. I also want to mention too, real quick, that one of our sponsors, Arted Crafted, they have the official Lincoln Highway T-shirt, correct? I think he has it for every state as well. If you go to Arted Craft, there's Ian's. Hold on, Ian.
There you go.
Ian, I'll throw you on the main screen. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me put you on the.
This is really uncomfortable, by the way. I'm gonna turn around more.
There you go. Hold on.
Sitting like
oh,
this.
there you go. The official Lincoln Highway T-shirt. Straighten your back, kid. Come on. You're like 20. There you go. Let's see the front. What does the front look like?
So, the front actually had a logo on it, but I actually talked to Sean. I've known Sean for a while. He's fantastic, and I messaged him and said, "Hey, can we put our Ohio group logo on there?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. As long as you guys give me permission to print the logo." I said, "Sure, man." So. I'll tell you what, man. I love caching shirts, and I haven't actually worn this caching yet because this is a cool shirt. I like the shirt. You know what I mean? I don't want to get thorns in it and stuff. So, but great shirt.
Yeah. So if you want a Lincoln Highway shirt, guys, you can go to artedcrafted.com. One of our sponsors. We appreciate you guys very much. We love you guys. So you can go to Sean and go get your Lincoln Highway shirt, guys. And I saw. Dave, what do you want? You wearing a shirt? What shirt you got? Is that a? That's a 49er. Right?
49er,
Yeah, the 14er. The big gathering, annual gathering in Denver, or the 14th.
Yes. Oh wait, what? Webbling, what do you got? I can't even see what it is. What does it say?
That's Woodstock, the 13th Woodstock in Boonesboro.
13 and. Yeah, I'm 40 minutes from there.
Oh, nice. Really? And then, does anybody know, Kaime, which state has the most and which state has the least Adventure Labs? Does anybody know? Canis, do you know?
Well, West Virginia has the least.
West Virginia probably has the least. Who has the
No, I
most?
don't. I think we've got 9 in our state.
Illinois.
California has 23.
Look at Linda just dropping a truth bomb right on Canis' monologue.
I know.
We have the split highway, so that
I
helps.
worked so hard on mine.
We have 23, so 23 seems to be the winner. I think that's the. Although, what does New York have? New York and New York is now. I do you think New York's too.
Well, 23. If there's 100 total, that's almost a quarter
Third.
of them.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think any other state has nearly that many. New York and Pennsylvania don't have quite as many because they're spread out, but not quite as much as Wyoming is spread out.
Right. Maria says New York has at least only one. Has one New York. Wow, really?
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't expect that. Okay. Kyle's not here, but Jeff, how would if someone wanted to get involved in this? Wait, here, Kyle's popping on. Let me give Kyle a chance to pop on. Kyle, welcome back, Kyle. How you doing? Kyle, if someone wanted to get involved or contribute, can they still do that, or is it too late?
There are a few spots left that we could fill. There's one in Nebraska. Nevada has a pretty big gap. We do have someone working on it right now, but it's like 100-mile stretch. So if someone in Nevada would want to join, they could probably split that up. But other than that, we've got the route pretty much 100% covered from New York to California.
What about Utah? Somebody saying, what about Utah?
Utah, we've got 3 people in Utah that are working on one's live. 2 of them are live now, and then there'll be one more coming out soon. So it's actually covered.
Wow. All right. So Nevada. So what is it? Nevada and Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
If you live in Nevada or Nebraska, you get a hold of Kyle. Kyle, how do they get a hold of you?
You can send me a message just on the geocaching app under my username KC11.
KC_11.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. What are we pushing out here?
I just put a link in the chat to the Facebook page.
Oh, is this his Facebook page?
The Lincoln Highway.
Lincoln Highway Adventure Lab Series Facebook page.
All right, Jeff. Thank you so much, buddy, for bringing this all together. I know you had a hand in all of this.
It's my pleasure to do it, but all the thanks goes out to Kyle and the rest of the cachers out that have done this. All I did was issue credits and expand them from 5 to 10. So pretty easy thing to do on my end.
And Jeff, you don't have to tell me, but I'm curious. Is it a lot of work to expand it to 5 to 10, or is it literally like a keystroke?
It's a couple of keystrokes.
Really?
So unfortunately, I'm not able to give everybody 10, and I'm not able to give everybody credits. So please don't start messaging me to give me credits and that kind of stuff. I will not be. I will not be a popular person at headquarters. So,
well, Jeff, we appreciate it very much. Well done, sir. And Kyle, well done, sir. Well done. You've created something you can be proud of now. So well done. I'll give you applause on that. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let me name up the names one more time. Thank you so much, guys. Kyle, Ian, Clyde, Jeff, Rich, Linda, Dave. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for taking time out of your lives. And Maria, who was on the phone. Thank you for taking time out of your lives to create an ad to this Adventure Lab. We appreciate it very much. The Illinois ones, Jesse and I have done a bunch. We enjoyed them very much. So thank you to Canis. And did we do Kyle's? Yeah, we did. We did Kyle's, didn't we? Yeah, Canis and Kyle's. So we appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for coming on the show, guys. We appreciate you guys very much. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Chad, sir. Chad.
I've got one question before we leave. Since we got Jeff on the line here, and maybe Jeff can't answer it, but the Where I Go app, you got a new Where I Go app for iOS that got released.
Yes.
Where's my Android?
Wish I could answer that for you. I can't, unfortunately. Right now, the guy that did it is it's actually Cashley that helped us out with it. So,
and guess what? He's going to be on the show in about 2 weeks talking
yep.
about it. So,
ask him where his Android apps are.
Yeah,
Chad, you could ask him yourself in 2 weeks.
I know.
He's been on the show in 2 weeks to talk about it. Chad, we got him locked in. So, Chad, next week, Chad, we're talking about next week though.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, Chad, we've got every listener's favorite show, Chad. we have got the One Up Me contest. Ian, a One Up Me contest winner. Are you not, Ian? Are you not a One Up Me contest winner?
Yeah, I am a one-time winner. Yes, and I
'Cause he
I
knows
do I
He's
do
so-
have a path tag, so I
It is
won
the One Up-
once. That's all I need.
One Up Me contest coming back for another month, guys. Next week's topic, craziest thing you've found in the cache. You give us a call next week, 808-468-7924. You tell us the craziest thing you've ever found in the cache. Winner gets a path tag, winner gets a prize from Practical Geocaching. So, and guess what? Every caller wins a prize. You call us, you win a prize. It's that simple. You can't go wrong with that. Ian, you've won prizes for calling in. Are they fantastic prizes that you get just for calling in?
Yeah, and I use them constantly too. And like every time I talk to, oh my god, I have a whole pile of stuff, and it saves me so much headache when I'm repairing my caches.
You
Man, I
want to
swear.
call in, guys. You want to call in. You want to tell us the craziest thing you found in the cache. You might just win. And the winner also gets the coveted One Up Me contest path tag. One Up Me contest winner path tag. That only I think 9 people have won so far. That's it. We've only had 9 winners. So, guys, that's next week, guys. Join us next week. Chad, always a pleasure, sir. Jesse, thank you so much, Jesse, for taking that phone call. We appreciate it. And all of our hosts, guys, it was a lot of fun. It flew right by. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you so much. And Chad, I will see you next week. No show on Saturday, so I'll see you next week.
No show on Saturday. Yep.
No show on Saturday. I know Ian's sad about that. All right, guys, let's close this show. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website, geocachingpodcast.com. The archived video versions of our podcasts are available on your website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available on your favorite podcatcher. And if you like the show, please head over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click the subscribe or get notified buttons to know exactly when we do go live. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron on our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you can get a ton of additional information, extra video, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Just head over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. That's thanks once again to our sponsors: Cachly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, the Max Studs Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Arted Crafted, and PathTags.com. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make that purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week. So we'll see you next week talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones. We will talk to you guys next week. Audio was clear. There we go. There you go, guys. We're still on the air, but yeah, that's it. That's for all intents and purposes, that's the show. That's all. People listen to audio. That's all they hear. So anything else now we say is only for the YouTube audience. The people currently 43 watching. Yeah, someone's saying the Cubs room, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle, your boy Schwarber got traded yesterday. He's got to be killing you. It's got to be killing you. Nationals of all people.
Garbage.
Of all teams. Nationals.
Cubs are garbage.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, hold on. None of you.
I saw it.
Wait. The best game ever played was on a Wednesday night in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear that? Didn't you know
Exactly.
Better greatest baseball game ever played.
What game? What game?
Wednesday night. It was a Wednesday night in Cleveland.
The one. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Whatever, man.
Scott, I got to make a shout out to Josh Allen, University of Wyoming graduate, killing it with the Bills.
Killing it with the Bills. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for him.
Yep.
I'm rooting for them and Cleveland the rest of the way, man.
Go Josh.
Did you ever know? Did you happen to know Wyo Crew? Wyo Crew lived out there for a number of years. Now
I
he's
do not.
No, now he's in. Where's he in Pittsburgh now?
He's out in Pittsburgh, I believe.
Pittsburgh. He moved out to Pittsburgh, but he was in Wyoming forever.
Nice.
Not that big. I'm surprised.
No, 500,000 people, 97,000 square miles. So yeah, there's 5 of us a square mile. That's not very dense.
That's just astounding.
You can't see your neighbor.
Phone book.
Yeah,
There's 5 of us in like 1 square meter here.
He drove the UPS truck, and he's like, it would be 45 minutes in between houses sometimes. It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he would say like that's why he listened to podcasts all the time, because like he does. nothing else to do in the truck.
I like how you put it, the UPS truck. There's only one in Wyoming.
Yeah, there's only one.
There's only one. One FedEx. That's all we get.
Nice. And all right, guys, that's about it though. That's all we gotta do. We can hang out and talk all you want, but that's about all we got. That's about tonight.
Thanks for having us on.
We
Thanks
appreciate
for
it very
having
much.
us.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you. Good night.
So I'm gonna end the
Good night.
broadcast, guys. We'll see you next week. Be well, be safe, everybody. Wear a mask. Talk to you next week.
Sounds great. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.